So 20 valid parentheses. You're given a string called S, and it has just these characters: open parentheses, close parentheses, open curly bracket, close curly bracket, open square bracket, close square bracket. So you have to return true or false whether or not the string is valid. So a string is valid is if there's an open bracket, there's a matching close bracket, and not only that, they must be closed in the correct order. So here's an open one that has a closed matching, and that's true. These are open and closed, and they're in order, so this is returning true. These are not matching, so they are returning false. So this one is fairly straightforward. What we could use is a stack, and the logic behind that is if it's an open curly or just regular parentheses or square bracket, push on the stack. Is close bracket, pop off the stack, and what should be popped off the stack should match the close bracket. So check for matching open, and then so if not, return false, and that's basically it. The other thing we have to do is so if you run into a close bracket, check that the stack is not null, so you don't return a null pointer exception before popping. The other thing before you return, you want to make sure that the stack is empty before you get to the end and return true, because you don't want to make sure that if it's, say, the input is just one open bracket, then you want to make sure that that stack has found its closed bracket matching. So return, we're going to do a ternary whether stack is empty, true, else false. Okay. And so this is the logic behind it, but we're going to also look at every character within this S. So let's do a couple of things. Let's make our stack, which is going to have a bunch of characters on it. I'm going to call it stack since S is already taken. I'm also going to make a character array. I'm just going to call it array, and I'm just going to take that string and I'm going to say take this string and make it into a character array. So now I'm just going to be using this array so that I can look at each character one by one. So simple for loop for that is for every character, and I'm going to call that character C, in that array, we are going to be looking at all of them. So first what we are going to check actually is if it is a close, because it's much easier to just say if it's open, push it on the stack. So we're just going to say stack push C. That's going to, so if C is one of these closed brackets, which is closed curly brace, or C is a closed, oh, that's a regular parentheses, or a closed curly brace, is this, or C is a closed square bracket. If it is one of these, let me just see here, I'm just commenting on what everything is doing. If it's closed, we're going to pop off the stack, check for matching open if it's not turned false. We're also going to check. So if we are looking at a closed brace And if the stack size is equal to 0, I think I'm actually being commented out here, so I don't want to do that. If the stack size is 0, and we are running into a closed brace, we're actually just going to return false right here. But we're going to say if C is this closed brace, or this closed brace, or this one, if it is curly brace or a boxy brace, we're going to pop off the stack here. I'm going to call it P for pop, and I'm going to say stack pop. So we have the character that's on the top of the stack. So if it's this closed regular parentheses and P is not the open parentheses, we are going to return false. And if it's the curly brace and P is not the open curly brace, we are going to return false. And if it's the closed boxy one and P is not equal to open boxy, we are going to return false. Let me just delete all these comments here. Okay, so we found a closed bracket. If the stack is empty, we're going to return false because the matching one isn't there. And then we're going to say which one it is. If it's not its matching one, we're going to return false. And otherwise, we're going to just push it on the stack. So we're going to get to the end, and we're saying return here. Let me see, stack. We can even just say is empty. If it is empty, we are going to return true. Else we are going to return false. Not sure if I have any syntactical errors. Okay, and faster than 90%, and memory usage faster than 13%, but if you submit again, honestly, you might get it just a different time. And if you have trouble with this ternary longer way to write this, we could just say if stack size is not equal to 0, we are going to say it's not equal to 0, we're going to return false. And then you can just do return true at the end here. So that should be it. I think that's a pretty succinct way of doing it. Thank you very much.